and we got on this conversation of email, and she said to me, "Oh no, email lists. I hate email lists. I don't want any spam. Spam is terrible." And we got in this conversation of spam email versus an email list. And is that the same thing? And this became the topic for today's show. I told her that's a perfect topic. She said, "Are you going to talk about that on your show?" I said, "I absolutely am." Our featured topic of the week. So our featured topic came to me this last week when I was getting my hair cut. And I was talking to my stylist. Her name is Robyn, and we started talking about, it's the typical thing, right? What do you do? And we got started on that line of questioning, and I was explaining to her, well, I build websites, and I help people with their marketing, and I do a show every week where people can ask questions, and I help them with their social media, and I help them with their email list. And we got on this conversation of email, and she said to me, "Oh no, email lists. I hate email lists. I don't want any spam. Spam is terrible." And we got in this conversation of spam email versus an email list. And is that the same thing? And this became the topic for today's show. I told her that's a perfect topic. She said, "Are you going to talk about that on your show?" I said, "I absolutely am." So huge shout out to Robyn. Thank you, number one, for cutting my hair. Looks beautiful, by the way. If I wasn't wearing my jungle safari hat, you could see it. But anyway, so great job cutting my hair, Robyn, and great job asking this amazing question, because this is a perfect thing to talk about, kind of a confusing issue, and the phrase email list can be used for both sides. You could, I don't want to say, how do I want to present this? But I'll just say it is possible to purchase an email list that is a list of people's email that you would then attack with your marketing messages. I do not want you to do that. I never encourage people to purchase an email list. That does lead to spam email. I hate spam email, and we're going to talk today in today's show a little bit about what that is and what that means and how to avoid it and the different ways it can happen. So this is not necessarily a pro email list topic, although I have had those and we will continue to have those, but it is instead an anti-spam message and what to do about it. So the first thing we need to talk about is spam versus an email list. Isn't that the same thing? No, it's not the same thing at all. Let's talk about why. So spam, the word spam is something you do not want. We do not want spam. As a consumer, you do not want it. You do not want to receive email messages that you did not ask for. Are you bombarded with messages like I am that show up in your spam folder trying to sell you some sort of a herbal remedy or a blue pill or diet, whatever it is, right? We get those emails all day long and we hate them. Why? Because we didn't ask for that. They're just sending us junk that we don't want. And that's what spam is. It's unsolicited emails. Now, it's okay if you as an individual person send an email to another individual person, just reaching out to them on a one-to-one basis. That's okay. That's not spam. Spam is when you send out a mass email to multiple people that did not ask for it, then you're verging onto spam. Or if someone has asked you to not email them and you continue to email them, that could also be spam because they've asked not to get your email, but you're still emailing them. So there's a distinction here between you're an individual person and I'm sending you an email directly from me to you and saying hi and hello. That's okay. That's allowed. Or if I'm bombarding you repeatedly with messages you don't want. Spam is bad. And as a web developer, I hate spam, and I hate it for multiple reasons, and we'll get into some of those. But I got to contrast that to an email list. Now, when I talk about an email list, I'm not talking about one that you've purchased and you're bombarding people with messages that they don't want. I'm talking about an email list that you've cultivated. So I have on my slide here, email list, it's something you do want from two perspectives, as a consumer and as a business owner, as a business professional. So as a consumer, this is an email list that you opt into because you want to receive that information. For example, the video workshop I was just telling you about. If you go to my website, safari.com, there's going to be a place for you to put in your name and your email. Now, I promise, in fact, I think I even say right on the form, I hate spam. I will not spam you with email that you don't want. You're signing up for a very specific purpose. I promise that you're going to sign up for this email, and I'm going to send you a link to my video series, and I'm going to send you 6 reminders so that you can have one link to each one of the videos. And then I may, and because you're now on my email list, I may continue to send you an email every week, every couple weeks about what's going on. An email list is really important because as a business owner, it gives me a chance to continue to speak to you, right? It's more than just a single email back and forth. But as a consumer, it's something that you've asked for. That's the distinction. You came to my website and you said, CJ, I want to take your course. I want the information. Here's my email. Send me the next video. That's what you're saying to me. And I'm saying I respect you. I respect your email. I'm not going to sell that email address to anybody. I'm not going to give it to anybody. I'm only going to use it personally in my system to send you those reminder emails and maybe an occasional one after that. But you have the option as a consumer anytime to unsubscribe yourself from that link. And there's rules involved. There's spam rules. One of the rules is you must always provide your consumer a way to unsubscribe from the list. I hope you don't. I hope you stay on my list and you watch all the videos and you like me and you want to hear about the other videos I'm making. And when I send you an email every week to 2 weeks, it won't be an imposition for you. You'll want to get it. You'll want the information. But if you ever don't want to hear from me anymore, you can click the unsubscribe button. You're off my list. I'll never email you again. So as a consumer, that's how you want it. You want to be able to join the lists you want and then unsubscribe when you don't. And all of the business owners that I work with will comply with that. So as a business owner, why does this appeal to you? Well, when someone comes to your website, they're checking out what you're doing, right? And they have an opportunity to contact you or not. But if they come to your website and then they leave again, that's not quite as good as they come to your website and they decide to give you their email address for some reason. They want to be on your newsletter. They want to continue to hear what you have to present to them. They want the course that you're offering, right? My video workshop, they want to sign up for that. That's information they want. And so they're trading. They're giving me their email address and I'm giving them the information. What does this look like for your business? It could be as simple as, hey, sign up for our newsletter. It could be sign up for our newsletter and we'll send you tricks and tips and coupons. Or it could be we're going to offer you a discount, or it could be a free workshop like the one that I'm offering, or it could be something else. It could be a digital course. It could be a book, an ebook, or a guide. One of my customers, we're setting up on her site an email list that you can join her newsletter, and then you're immediately going to get 2 free guides, there's a 1-page and a 2-page kind of guide sheet, and then you're going to get a monthly email from her. And we're very clear what kind of email you're going to get, how often you're going to get it, and we will not spam you. So does that make sense? Are you following that? How does that feel? I do not recommend spam. I hate spam. I do recommend that as a business owner, as a business professional, you cultivate an email list of people who want to continue to hear from you. And you know what? It's okay if you email that list and a couple people unsubscribe. That's okay. We only want people on your list who want to receive your email. So if someone unsubscribes, that's okay. They don't want to hear your email anymore. We don't want them on the list. See how that works? We only want a list of people who want to continue to hear from you. Let's go in a little bit more. I hope you're following this. I hope that all makes sense, and I hope that feels good. We're talking about an email list that you cultivate that has real value to you and your consumer. And we hate spam. Let's talk about spam. So I told you about all the great reasons to have an email list. It's very beneficial to you and your consumer. But now I'm going to turn the table and I'm going to rant a little bit about spam. I hate spam, guys. Let's talk about the kinds of spam that you could be involved in. So I'm going to refer to it from two different directions: incoming and outgoing. Okay, so the incoming spam, that's the kind you get. That's the kind that comes to you. That's the kind I was referring to earlier, right? The herbal supplement, the blue pill, the whatever, dating, hot dating website, I don't know what they all are now, but they're all kind of like that, right? Herbal remedies and, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? That's pretty much what they're all about. So, and then there's the outgoing email. That's where it seems like you're the one sending the email. And we'll go into a little bit more about that. How can we avoid both of those things? Incoming, the kind you get; outgoing, the kind you send. I'll tell you more about why I quoted that. So here's some tips on incoming spam. The internet's a jungle. Run!